che mi sa Lucia e parlare italiano non Spagna. I messed up the assignment. I'm Lucia, I speak Italian, I don't speak Spanish.
Va bene.
So I grabbed my own picture. And we have 2 dice because many of today's challenges involve games of chance. And there is a tiny fish with a tiny Spanish guitar, only it might be a lute. So, lutefisk.
Okay.
Lutefisk. This must be Norse. So Norse and dice. This could only be the tale of the 2 King Olafs. Ooh, yes, new thing for me. Gambling, as with the dice, is a very popular activity in the mid-realm, and one can win coins, or gemstones, or jewelry, but in ages past, once long ago, King Olaf won the province of Hissing with dice. Years ago, there were many more kingdoms than we have now, and many more kings to go with them, because we were not as organized as we currently are. And of course, kings like kingdoms, and they always want more. So they're always pushing the borders and attempting to annex new areas without losing any of their current areas. So border disputes can go on for a long time. They can be very serious, and sometimes warfare breaks out. But you know, armies die, this is bad for morale. So in the area where Norway meets Sweden, they'd fought over the borders for many, many years. Possibly because both kings happened to be named Olaf. King Olaf of Sweden, King Olaf of Norway. And so, of course, if you look at all the documentation, it says, well, this land belongs to King Olaf. So King Olaf of Sweden says, ja, das ist mein. And King Olaf of Norway says, nein, das ist mein. So border disputes, on and on and on and on. One day, King Olaf of Sweden starts looking and thinks, Denmark is looking a little suspicious. One even might say, there's something fishy in Denmark. We should fix this border dispute and settle this so we can face Denmark united. And Olaf of Sweden sends to Olaf of Norway an invitation. Please, come and parley. Let us discuss this. As wise and generous counselors, let's see what can be done. So, the King of Norway, suspecting a trap but willing to give it a try, went to, let me see if I can get the Swedish correct, a hill called Konungahella, which I think means Hill of Kings. So they went, sat on a hill, people named it for them. Excellent. My hill. The 2 kings discovered, much to their surprise, that it was rather easy to talk to each other. They were fairly sensible about things. So they sat and talked for several hours, drew some maps. The servants came in with wine and bread, and the kings kept discussing, and the servants came in with more wine and more snacks, and the kings kept discussing, and the servants went off to play dice. And most of the border disputes were worked out fairly well, except for one small province called Hissing. And King Olaf of Sweden says, I cannot let you have the province of Hissing. My grandmother was born there. She makes the best lutefisk. Have you tried my grandmother's lutefisk? I cannot let go of Hissing. But King Olaf of Norway said, no, I cannot let you have Hissing. My wife is from Hissing. I will never sleep a night's peace if I give away Hissing. Well, we are wise kings. What shall we do? And one of the Olafs happens to see the servants playing dice and said, I have an idea. Neither one of us has to give up Hissing. We will play dice for Hissing. We will let God and the fates decide who keeps Hissing. And the other Olaf says, hey, this should work. So they gather the dice, 2 dice, so the tops, whoever wins, whoever rolls the highest score shall keep Hissing. So King Olaf of Sweden rolls the dice. There's a 6 and a 6. Ooh, this looks good for Sweden. He says, my brother, King Olaf of Norway, you might not even have to bother rolling, because I've rolled 12. I don't know how you could beat that. And King Olaf of Norway says, I shall try, give me the dice. And King Olaf of Norway rolls the dice. 6 and 6. Well, this is stunning. People stop and look. The birds stop singing, the squirrels stop chattering, everybody's looking at the dice. Well, what do we do now? Well, we must re-roll. So King Olaf of Sweden picks up the dice again, rolls them again. 6, 6. This is getting tense. King Olaf of Norway picks up the dice. 6, 6. Whoa, this is getting tense. The reindeer stops stomping. The lutefish stops splashing. Everybody's watching. Well, what can we do now? There's only one more thing. We must keep rolling the dice. Because I can't go back and tell my and I can't go back and tell my wife. We have to keep rolling. So King Olaf of Sweden picks up the dice one more time, rolls them. 6, 6. This is still 12. I don't know how you'll beat this. King Olaf of Norway picks up the dice. 6, 6, and kabam! Down comes a bolt of lightning, splits the dice in half, showing 6 on one part and 1 on the other. King Olaf of Norway rolled 13. They decided then and there, this was the directive of fate. King Olaf of Sweden ceded hissing to Olaf of Norway for rolling 13.